welcome to this week's Productivity Enhancer. This week we're going to explore the FilletExpert. So I've created a basic plate here with different sketch entities on it. We have circles, we have some squares and rectangles, each of them with different sketch dimensions. These sketch entities were cut down 2 millimeters, and these slots here were cut through all. And now we're going to see what the FilletExpert has to offer. So to access our FilletExpert, we click on Fillet, and normally when we fillet an edge, we just do it manually and choose whichever edge we want to fillet, choose the fillet type, the size, and just do each one individually. However, with the FilletExpert, we can save ourselves some time. So under the FilletExpert tab, you see we have Add, which is where we add brand new fillets, Change, where we change existing fillets, and Corners. Now in order to use the Corners tab, we have to have exactly 3 edges that require fillets that will meet at a vertex. Concave does not have 3 corners that meet at a vertex that we're going to fillet, but for your reference, that's what the Corners tab will do. In any event, we are going to add some brand new fillets. So under the FilletExpert, all you need to do is click one of the edges you need filleted, and you see a little menu comes up. We have Internal to Feature, and you can see all of the internal edges become highlighted and are ready to accept a fillet. We also have Right Features, and that's going to be all the edges involved with this and every like sketch entity. Next, we have All Edges, which is every single edge in the part, and then we have the All Concave Edges, and you can see every single edge that goes inside of the part is highlighted. But I'm actually going to clear this selection because if we select a different edge, you can see that we have a few different options that show up. If you have a sketch entity that forms a loop that isn't a circle, then we have the Select as a Loop. We also have All Internal Loops, and since these circles are loops and internal, they will show up. And then we have the Connected to Start Face option, which would be all the lines inside of this square extruded cut, between right feature and part, and between left feature and part. So we have all of those options. Let's clear this selection, and let's say that we want all of the internal. So let's select a 1 millimeter fillet around all of these edges. We have a 1 millimeter fillet ready to be applied to all of these inside edges. So let's go ahead and apply that. And now you can see everything that was concave has a fillet. Next, we want this internal loop. We don't want all internal loops because that will fillet all the outside edges of those extruded cuts that only go in 2 millimeters. So let's just select right loop and apply it. And that'll apply a 1 millimeter fillet to this loop right here. We filleted a part with multiple edges in a matter of mere seconds. Apply. And then if we flip the part around, we also want these to be filleted as well. So let's zoom in and select that loop. And this loop. Okay, now finally we want to add a 2 millimeter fillet on the outside, so we're going to select All Internal to Feature, which is 12 edges total, and then we're going to change this fillet to 2 millimeters. And apply that. And now we have a 2 millimeter fillet on every edge on the outside of this part. Not to mention an internal fillet on all of the concave edges. So if we do want to change any of these, we can go under Change, and we can grab one of these fillets and select all of the edges that are associated with it, and we can resize it to maybe 1.5. And resize, and that fillet will now be 1.5 millimeters. So changing is as easy as that, and as you can see, by using the FilletExpert tool. So next time you have a part with many edges that require fillets, I suggest you use the FilletExpert tool, and it will save you some time. So thank you for watching this week's Productivity Enhancer. I hope it's been helpful. See you next time.